Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? We're here. I'm live here from Australia, Huff back in Pittsburgh, but we're here for some college basketball, some NBA, some NHL Stadium Series here on Sunday morning. We're excited to jump into some things here today. What do we got to get us started? We have the NBA skills competition is our first thing that we want to review here today. Huff, you want to get us going through that?
Yeah, last night I was watching that with my cousin. That's kind of a yearly thing we do every year, the 3-point, the dunk contest. The dunk contest has kind of gotten watered down the past couple of years, but it was a good show. We started out with the skills competition, the kind of like the passing shoot, basically doing it all. The Pacers team won that. There was 3 teams. It was the team All-Stars, which was Tyrese Maxey, Trae Young, and someone else, and then Scotty Barnes, and then the top picks team was Wembanyama, Anthony Edwards, and Paolo Banchero, the 3 former number 1 overall picks. And then they had the host city has their own team, like their 3 all-stars go. So it's like those 2 teams, and then Team Pacers. The Team Pacers won that. Then the 3-point competition, me and Tony bet on Donovan Mitchell, lost in the first round. Then Trae Young, who made the finals. Trae Young got beat out in the last round by Damian Lillard, who ended up winning it, plus 400. He won that. I Trae plus 550. And Donovan Mitchell was like the least favorite at 700, but he lost in the first round, so that makes sense. But yeah, Damian Lillard brings home the 3-point competition. And then the dunk contest, I did not bet on this. Tony had Jaylen Brown. It was Mac McClung, Jaylen Brown, Jaime Jaquez, and Jacob Toppin. And Mac McClung was minus 300. So I'm like, I'm not betting on this. Like, I thought he was going to win, but I'm like, he's a G League player, and he won it last year. Like, he's really good at it. But like, I just didn't think they were going to, like, Tony took Jaylen Brown. He's like, I can't take a guy that's minus 300 in the dunk competition. And then obviously he ended up winning it. But I agree, there was no value behind that, because I was going to take Jaylen Brown too. If I would have hit on the 3-point competition, I definitely was going to take Jaylen Brown for the dunk, but I didn't obviously hit on any of those. So, but it was a good show. Obviously, he brought Shaq out for the final dunk. The new thing is they just hurdle over celebrities, and they get bonus points for the celebrity they bring out. Like, they love when they jump over Shaq. Multiple guys brought Shaq out. One guy, Jacob Toppin, his brother's in the NBA. He jumped over his brother. Like, that's just the thing they do. They're just like, I'm just going to jump over someone else that's been in the NBA. But it was a good matchup today. We got the All-Star game, 8:00 tonight in Indianapolis as well. I think it's also at Lucas Oil Stadium. That's where the skills competition was, so I assume that's where the All-Star game is going to be. Did you see the court?
I heard that. Yeah,
did you see the court? It's like a TV. It's like a TV screen. It's like a big LED screen. Like, I thought that was like what we see on TV, but they just see a normal court. But it's like, no, that's actually what they see, is like, there was like arrows telling them where to go on the court and stuff. Like the dunk competition, the guy on the Heat, like they all had something, but the guy on the Heat, the floor, wherever he walked, it had fire like under him because he's on the Heat.
That's cool.
Like they had all the special, they made it look really cool. Yeah. If you didn't see that kind of stuff, if you look up the dunk contest, look where they're walking, like on the court. The one guy had like squares following him. The one guy had like stars. The one had like fire. Like, they were pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
I'm interested to see what they do today for the All-Star game, if they're going to do that. I assume if it's at the same place, they're going to have the LED floor. I assume they're going to do like animations when guys make threes or stuff. You know what I mean? Like, have the stats on the court. Like, they could do so much cool stuff with that. Is it at Lucas Oil? I feel like that's what you just looked up.
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
I think because I looked it up. I was like, it's in Indianapolis. Like, we could go to that. But obviously, I remember you were going there, and I was like, I was weirded out by it being at a football stadium. I'm like, I hate when they do basketball in football stadiums. It's way too small of a court and way too big of an arena.
It's across the street at the Gamebridge Fieldhouse.
What the fuck is that? Is that the Pacers arena?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I was going to say, that's why they did the dunk contest there, because it, like, you know how they do it at the football stadiums? Like, they'll block off half the stadium so you can't even see it.
Yeah, I saw how they did that. That threw me off this year.
But they have more seats than they do in an NBA stadium when they do that.
Right. No, I do get it. It just, I think the way they did this one,
they have like
thrown off.
When they do that in an NFL stadium, they have like an extra 15,000 seats in just half the arena than an NBA stadium does in the whole thing.
Yeah.
But today, the All-Star game. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do on the floor with the All-Star game today, but I don't know what the betting odds are. I haven't really looked on that. I'm not the guy that really bets on the All-Star games. I'm more just watching for the moments and the kind of storylines. But today I think it's the West is favorited, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I
minus
have them here real quick.
144. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah, but yeah, it was West minus 2.5. The over under 362.5. I don't know the format, so I'm not really the guy that's going to be given a play on this, because in past years it used to be the first team to get to like 157 or something.
Right.
Obviously, if the total set at 362.5, that's not the case. I feel like they're playing 4 quarters. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like I should know this, but again, I'm probably not going to be betting on it, so I didn't look into it too much. The starting lineups, I do have those listed here. For the East, it's Giannis, Embiid, Tatum, Lillard, and Halliburton. For the West, LeBron, KD, Jokic, Luka, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And then obviously we mentioned the West, the 2.5-point favorite. I would lean on that Western lineup. I think there's more names there. And then the odds for the MVP. This is always an interesting one, but Giannis at 650, LeBron at 700, Tyrese Halliburton's an interesting play because it's in Indianapolis at plus 750, but I don't love the East to win the game. Curry 850, Tatum 900, and then another one that I actually like is Anthony Edwards, because I feel like sometimes not all they don't always love when the starters win the MVP. They love when the guy comes off the bench, puts up 35 points, or like there's always a guy that comes off the bench and just tears it up. I think Anthony Edwards would be my play for the West, and then I think they love when the hometown guys win this kind of award. Like it'd be so NBA for the guy on the Pacers to win the NBA or win the All-Star Game MVP in Indy. So those would be my 2 plays on that. But we had an outdoor game. You want to get into that? We had the Devils Flyers last night, and then the reason Mackey's not here today, he's heading out to MetLife.
Yeah, lots of good stuff. First night of 2024 NHL Stadium Series is completed in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Devils defeated the Flyers 6-3 in their matchup last night at MetLife. Today, 3 p.m., the Rangers and Islanders will go head-to-head in their Stadium Series matchup. Mackey in attendance. That's why he's not here, Huff said. Overall, Devils and Flyers, exactly what the NHL was asking for. 70,000 plus in the seats, 9 goals on the board, cold and snowy. Great scene for sure at MetLife. People definitely had a good time. And I don't think it was an overly expensive event to get into, which is something I think.
Did you watch any of it? I didn't watch any of it.
I did not watch any of it.
Yeah, I didn't even see any clips, but I'm definitely going to watch this one today, and then we'll get into the Penguins game later with why that's a big one for us. But Rangers a favorite in this one. I was looking at kind of a cross-sport parlay. I was going to use the Rangers and the money line in this one. I did take the Devils last night with Minnesota and Toronto. Minnesota couldn't get it done, so went 2 out of 3 on that one. But today I was looking at maybe a Rangers Penguins, throw those 2 together. Penguins are minus 125, Rangers are minus 146. There's also a college basketball play that I like for a money line to make it the cross sport and get the college basketball play in there. But I do lean on Mackey's Rangers in this spot. The minus 1.5 at the plus 172 is interesting. Shesterkin, like his boys in net. Sorokin for the Islanders. Sorokin's been playing really good. That's what scares me about taking the 1.5 against them. I'd lean more to the money line in a parlay, but I do like that value on the plus 170 for the minus 1.5.
Yeah, Rangers.
What scares me is 6-game win streak out of the All-Star break.
Yeah.
I can't bet against that. So that's like I'm definitely not taking the Islanders. Yeah. So he's been hot. He had that cold streak before the All-Star break. Everyone was saying, I heard on Chicklets, they were saying they should trade him. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. He's a top 5. I'll give him 5-4 goalie in the NHL. I mean, he definitely slipped off. Ottinger, him. Sorokin's up there in the same game. This is a good goalie matchup, but I definitely think the Rangers come out on top in this matchup. It's a home game for the Islanders, but it's in MetLife. They're all, you know what I mean? That's New Jersey, New York, same spot. It's not much of a road game for the Islanders, or it's as much of a road game for the Islanders as it is, or the Rangers as it is the Islanders, really. But,
that's something.
Yeah, I'd lean to the Rangers in this spot. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'm curious to see like what attendance looks like overall. You know, they like I said, 70,000, just about like 71,000 in the seats last night or yesterday. I'm curious to see what the split's going to be, Rangers versus Islanders fans. I know they do this game, like, you know, a Rangers Islanders type game every year or so, but like I'm curious to see what the hell happens in a big stadium like this.
I'm trying to find a ticket that's not listed on here.
They're not too expensive. It's like $130 to get in the door, I think.
That's not bad. That's about what I expect it to be.
Mhm.
That's like basically an NFL game to get in an NFL game.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it should be. When you're sitting 70,000 people in a stadium, I don't think it should be.
Yeah. I was gonna say, even like, I
$5.
feel like a Sunday 3:00 game, I feel like you should be able to get in there for like $90.
Right.
But you can. Or could
You're
at one
right.
point. Those tickets might be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But obviously, yeah, moving to this Pens game, big Pens game tonight.
Right.
We'll get into that. I got the note in there if you want to introduce that.
Yeah, very expensive game to get into for that one. Just about $202 to get into that one here. It's Yarmir Yager Day. Penguins take on the Los Angeles Kings, 6 p.m. Eastern, and raise Yager's number 68 to the rafters. So 6 p.m. game. I was hearing rumors that it's going to be an hour and a half ceremony. So it starts at 4:30.
Did you see what the Penguins put on their Instagram?
No.
They said doors open at 3, and they encourage fans to be in their seats at 4 to 4:15.
Oh my God! So they're serious. It's going to
be an hour-long thing.
At least.
It's going to be an hour-long thing. It's going to be 4:15 to 5, and then they're going to cut the ice, let the warm-up. They're going to do warm-ups, and then it's a game.
Oh my!
It's going to be at least 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not too upset we're not going to that game. I don't know if me and you would have been in the seats at 4:15.
Yeah, no chance. We're never down there that early.
No, we would have been lucky to be there at 6.
We would have been walking in, and then we would have been like, "Well, where's the ceremony?"
Yeah,
they missed us.
I don't know, that kind of stuff. It's like, do that in the intermission. You know what I mean? Like, no one wants to sit there for an extra hour.
Especially,
could you imagine if they did it after the game?
That's what they should have.
Everyone would
like
leave.
A 1 o'clock game, like a 3 o'clock. Oh, I guess that'd be with the Stadium Series stuff. But like,
they don't want to compete with the Stadium Series. Yeah.
Why would they put them both on the
They
same
could have done noon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And my other question is, why the Kings? Why is it against the Kings?
I don't know.
They should have done this against the Rangers. Like, the two main teams he played for was like us and then the Rangers.
Yeah.
Because like, we never saw him play for the Penguins. Like, when we were growing up, I remember him on the Rangers.
Me too. Yeah. Every time he'd come to town, we'd boo him because he left because money.
Because he left. He took $14 million a year. He was like the first guy to get a $14 million a year contract.
And do you blame him? No. But like, back in the day,
I'm just so confused why this game's against the Kings. He's played for 15 teams. I don't think the Kings is one of them. Unless is it like his birthday, or is it that what's this week? This weekend has to be something. The date 2/18. What is like some underlying meaning that we're missing?
Yeah.
Is it like the 30th anniversary of him getting drafted? You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be something like that.
What's the significance of this weekend?
Yeah, why this weekend when there's outdoor games? Like, why do they want to compete with that? Is it on national TV?
Celebrate his 52nd birthday Thursday in Pittsburgh.
Okay, that's why. It's his birthday weekend.
We were off Friday, or we were out the town Friday.
This is our first home game since his birthday.
Fair.
They really should have switched this game to yesterday.
Yeah. Did we
and
play
had
the
it at 3 o'clock Thursday? We easily could have had a game yesterday.
Yeah, they easily could have did it yesterday.
They played Wednesday, Thursday. They easily could have played Saturday.
Yeah.
It's 3 games in 4 days, though. I do see why they did this Sunday.
But
and the Kings played yesterday. I like the Penguins in this spot. They're coming from Boston. They just won yesterday in Boston. They had a tough comeback. They were down like 3-1. They tied it, forced it to overtime, won 5-4 in overtime. I like the Penguins today.
Minus 125, you said?
Mm-hmm. I might just take that. I don't know. I might take that straight, but I might put it with the Rangers.
Well, let's get in some of this college basketball stuff. I want to hear what play you got going on in that route.
Yeah, so number 2 Purdue in Columbus today. Ohio State. I don't know the current line. Give me 1 second here to pull it up. I was looking at Purdue. That was the money line I was talking about in college basketball. Is it 8.5 you have?
Yeah, I have 8.5 minus 450 for Purdue, plus 340 for Ohio State. 146.5 is the total.
Yeah, I'm looking at I usually take Purdue a lot with these bigger spreads. It kind of scares me on the road. Ohio State in the Big Ten isn't too great. On their home floor, they're all right, a little bit more respectable. Purdue just took a minus 16.5 the other night against who were they playing? It's going to kill me. I'm going to forget. But I had a minus 16.5 the other night on Thursday or Wednesday. They did not cover that spread for me. Now today, obviously a 1 o'clock game in Ohio State. I don't love the 8.5. I do like their money line. They will get a win today. That was the parlay I was looking at. Rangers money line, Penguins money line, Purdue money line. Purdue will start us out at 1 o'clock. Then the Rangers at 3. Penguins money line to bring it home. I think it was like plus 380. I think I'm probably going to lock that in.
That's awesome.
I can't.
I love that.
8.5 is too big for a road favorite for me, even if they are the number 2 team in the nation. There's a couple other good games today. A lot of Big Ten. Sunday's a lot of the more mid-major and some Big Ten games. We do have Northwestern and I think it's Indiana. Indiana's a minus 130 money line in that one. I do lean on Indiana on the home slot. Northwestern's a good team. I would lean on Indiana. It's a 1.5 point spread, minus 120. Just take the money line, minus 130. Don't get greedy. In case they do win that by 1, I like the money line there. St. John's, Seton Hall, Big East matchup. I like St. John's minus the 5.5 at home. Minnesota minus 4.5 at home as well. I lean on them against Rutgers up in Minnesota. Minus 194 on the money line could be another good parlay piece there. But I think they can cover that 4.5 number. And then Utah, UCLA, the last game of the night, 7 o'clock, Pac-12 matchup. This is a tough one. I do like UCLA, but at home, but I think Utah is able to sneak one out here. A road dog here. I don't normally bet on the road teams in college basketball. I'm going to do it today with Purdue. Utah road dog plus 126 on the money line. I do lean on Utah to get a win here today. But that's a kind of a light slate. We got back on our hot streak in college basketball. Big week up. March Madness just about 3 or 4 weeks away. We had Ryan on this week, going to be getting him back on to get some official picks for his national champion, all that kind of stuff. Other than that, I mean, that's basically what we got. Not much going on. Like I said, NBA All-Star weekend. So just the All-Star game there. 3 NHL games. The night game is Coyotes Avalanche if you're looking for that, but I'll be watching the Penguins and Kings at that same time. So 2 good games in the NHL today. Like I said, I'm not going to be tuning in much to that Coyotes Colorado game, but yeah, an NBA All-Star weekend, some college basketball. It's a good day of sports. Not much else going on, but yeah, thanks for listening. You got anything else you want to throw in there?
No, that's all from me. Like you said, about 31 days until Selection Sunday. So lots to look forward to as we get ready for that.
So really a month away.
Yep.
Damn. All right. Yeah, that's going to do it. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys Thursday for the episode.